Hey guys, welcome to MTG Bark Breaks. My name is Rowan, and we're going to be getting a second shot at Edge of Eternities. We're going to go ahead and see if we can manage to pull some of those hits that I was missing from the first round. We're going to go right into it. So basically, this was a set that we tried to open maybe a couple weeks ago, and definitely did not get our value out. It was a disappointing box opening. My hope is today will be a little bit different. I've also made a couple adjustments in terms of how the view is going to look over on this price checker over here. I actually have added on a commons and uncommons section, so that way we can go ahead and be tracking that. And then I also have for the Stellar Sights entries in case we do pull a Stellar Sights card. So we'll be using that to help us track prices today. Also, just a reminder, guys, that if you're liking my content, please be sure to like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. There's a lot of videos that are really enjoyable to watch. Definitely join the Discord server so that way you can keep in touch with the community, and keep an eye out for when the Patreon opens up. I do try and post a new video once a week, one long one that would be like a full box opening, along with a short that would be featuring a rescue animal that might be in need. So that way we can try and encourage rescuing animals over breeding. I do think it's really important to try and find some of these guys new and loving homes. So we're going to go right into it. Okay, well, if you guys missed the first video, we definitely did not get a lot of value out of this set the first time around. We did get a strip mine, which was helpful, but we missed nearly all of the top hits. We didn't get the Ouroboroid, the Quantum Riddler, the Icetill Explorer, which is really the big hit that I'm trying to get on a personal basis. We didn't get the Tezzeret, the Exalted Sunborn, the Evendo, the Uthros. We did get a few Shocklands, but really not that many. So because of that, you know, we're going to give this a second shot. I do feel like this product is better than that showing, and my hope is that this box opening will show that. We're looking at 30 packs for today. Can keep an eye on pricing on everything as we go. Pricing will be everything $1 and up, and we will go from there. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on our camera here, so that way we can go ahead and have our a little bit more intimate showing here, and that will help us to be able to see everything. Okay, everything is just off camera. For those of you who are just starting to view, we do have that security camera over here. This is so that way when people do decide to check in regards to Patreon openings, they have security and knowing that none of the packs have been disturbed, despite the fact that we have our zoomed in view to be able to look at the cards right here. We're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, we're going to go ahead and see how this goes. So I had a bit of an interesting week. Managed to get myself out to a draft, which is rare for me. You know, having a 5-year-old son and working the hours that I do definitely does not allow for a whole lot of socializing. So it is something where, you know, it is rare for me to get out, and out of 8 players, I managed to get second on the TMNT draft. Fun draft. Flavor fail, but fun draft. So, you know, it was a good time. Had a good time doing that. Okay. We're going to go ahead and skip through most of these common and uncommons. There's very few common and uncommons of any kind of significant value. I don't believe there was any of more than $1 or more, so we're not going to worry too much about that. Well, starting off strong, we got a Stomping Grounds on our first pack. That's pretty good, and then we're going to go ahead and go into a Ragos, which I do believe beats the $1 mark, and a Full Art Island, which also has a little bit of value. So, great starts. We'll see how this goes. Now I just got to pull some of those high hitters, in particular that Icetill Explorer, which I'm still looking for my Muldrotha deck. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can get that today. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to try and pronounce most of these cards. Oh, we are starting strong! Okay, we have a Full Art Borderless Quantum Riddler. Okay, we are starting strong today. I like this. This is looking good. That is going to have at least $40, $37 in value on market. Now, keep in mind, that's a borderless version, so that might carry a little bit more value. I haven't price checked the borderless, but that is a very solid start. already probably looking at more value than half of the last box. So I am excited already. Let's just see how this all rolls out, because I am hoping that we can continue this path going. See, this is what I'm saying. This set was definitely underrepresented in my last box opening. Eternity Elevator, Elegy Acolyte, and our, that's our, I want to say like showcase art. Okay. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. Okay. A little bit of a tough pack to open here. Okay, there we go. So has anyone else gotten in on the TMNT draft? Again, I thought it was a fun draft, but did not carry, you know, a lot of the interesting cards that I was kind of looking for. Okay, again, keeping that roll running. We got Tezzeret Cruel Captain sitting around $10 at the time of recording. Not too bad. Not bad. And a full art planes. Again, carries a little bit of extra value here. This is going great for the first stack. This was the box that I meant to open. The last box, just ignore that one. That one was not the box that I was intending to open. This is the one that I was intending to open. I'm excited for this. This is good. This is good. So I've been trying to read through some of the feedback that I've been getting up to this point from various people. And I think one of the biggest things that I do feel like I need to do, we got a Code Cracker Hound here, so dog alert, nice, is just try and make this a little bit more dynamic. I'm telling you now, when we start cracking the collector packs, trust me, you're going to see my excitement come out, because that's where the big pulls come in. But hey, this is a good start. I'm pretty happy with this. So we're going to have to see how this all rolls out. I don't know if any of you guys saw my last box opening with the Spider-Man box. That was... Whew, I mean, we definitely didn't make our value back. Don't get me wrong. I'm not anticipating that that was the case. But we definitely made up for a very poor box with that last pack. Hitting some last pack magic and pulling a Soulstone there. That was definitely solid. Sir Von Dam, Sunstar, Exemplar. Don't think that one carries anything. That's okay, though. I am trying to speed these pack openings up a little bit. I know that, you know, they've been a little on the long side and probably not something that most people are able to kind of sit through. So we're going to try and do this a little bit faster on a regular basis. We'll make it a little bit more dynamic later on. Chrome Companion. Again, dog alert. Nice. There are some pretty cute dogs in this, which is nice. I do want to get that dog deck together. Singularity Rupture with a Debris Field Crusher. I'm still waiting for some suggestions in regards to alternative commanders then. I think it's Ren and Siri. So if there's any ideas there, definitely let me know, because I would be very interested to know what you guys have to suggest. Radiant Strike, Paul Carver, Lost in Space. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about these pronunciations. Like I said, the value isn't there, and the common and uncommon. Nice, we got our first planet. So that is I'm going to butcher it. Adagia, I'm going with that. Adagia Windswept Bastion. This is a cool land. I don't think that was one of the top two of that, but it is pretty cool. Oh, foil. Okay. Foil Stellar Sight. We got Raging Ravine. I don't think that one will carry a lot of value, but definitely a cool pull. I'm pretty sure most of these ones that are a little bit more specific to certain color suits are more of the filler cards, so probably not going to have a lot of value there. Yeah, I'm not seeing it come up here, so I'm just going to let that go. Okay, let's move back over here. But cool, I like it. Be sure to sleeve that one up. So the other thing that I've been working on, and part of the reason why I didn't crack packs a little earlier today, is I decided to, after starting and cracking packs again, change my organization for all my bulk, which is going to take me a while. Previously, I had it organized such that it was based on rarity first, although I did pull out all cards of a certain value, and then after that, it was based on color, then type, then casting cost, and then set. And I'm realizing now, if I am opening sets regularly now and trying to organize the bulk, I'm never going to be able to keep up with organizing. So I'm actually reverting back to the more traditional rarity, set, and then card number. And that will probably keep me organized enough. I have everything digital, so that should work well. But write in the comments, how do you guys like to organize your cards? I really liked the idea, before I actually created a digital database, Extinguishing Battleship, of having my cards such that they were organized by color and then type and then casting cost, because before it was all digital, that allowed me to build based on that. I could create a mana curve, I could, you know, kind of explore a lot of cards that I would have otherwise just not really thought of, just for fun, like just kind of dance through things and just create a mana curve from a deck that way. But the problem with it was that, you know, that worked well before I had like a digital database, but once I had a digital database, it wasn't really worth it. So yeah, I think now that everything is digital and I can just look up like what are the landfall cards in this color and with the mana cost that I'm looking for, it's not necessary anymore. Bioengineered Future, don't think that one is a heavy hitter, but that's okay. Faller's Faithful, Mountain Lander. Okay, stack 1 done. Very good stack 1. Probably is my guess. Maybe I'm gonna make some guesses. I'm gonna say total sitting close to around the 70 mark off of that. So that's not too bad, especially for still same price as what I paid before. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I'll be sure to list it at the beginning of the video. Yeah, no. Good first stack. If all of these stacks can rival that, then we will easily do well. Emissary Escort with a Terminal Velocity, Zookeeper's Mechan, and Forest with a Lander. Still want that Icetill Explorer, though. That is the hit that I am looking for. Managed to dance around it. We got the Quantum Riddler, we got the Tezzeret, but I do want that Icetill, because that will make all the difference for me in terms of getting my deck up and running. Mutinous Massacre and Night Luminary with a Mountain and a Lander. Give me some feedback on what you guys have been thinking of the videos. I'm trying to make them more interesting. I did do a little bit of an edit on the music. I got some feedback on the music not that long ago, and I've tried to switch it up to something just a little bit more positive, energetic, lively. Hopefully you guys are liking. The previous music was modified, but at the same time, I think that this music will do good. Quantum Riddler, number 2. This one is in the standard art. Okay, we are doing well. Value-wise, doing very well, which is great. Another Quantum Riddler, that's awesome. I'm going to have nearly a full playset. We're halfway there. Let's see how this goes. Wouldn't that be wild to get a playset of Quantum Riddlers in a play box? That would be crazy. I know that it's starting to get popular in Standard, so... I was watching the professor's video on the top cards in terms of value in Standard, and I found it very interesting. There was quite a few interesting ones. Weapons Manufacturing with a Icetill Engineering Island Lander. So yeah, how do you guys like to organize your cards if it's not the traditional way? You know, I know that for the sake of, you know, resale, MTG Marketplace, any kind of retailers that are out there, probably going to switch to what I'm going to be, or probably use what I'm going to be switching to, in the sense of doing it by set and number. The main reason why I didn't want to do that is just because I really didn't want to have it so that way my rares, commons, and uncommons were all in one set, and it felt wrong to have it out of order, you know, without having all the numbers. Call it my OCD. But at the same time, it was more of a yeah, just like a little bit of an obsessive choice just to prevent myself from having to worry about that. But then I kind of realized it's like, you know what? Who cares if not all the numbers are in there? I can still keep the uncommons, commons, and rares, rare mythics, you know, separate. I don't put space-time anomaly. I don't separate my rares and my mythics. I'll just keep them in one bunch because really, at the end of the day, you know, especially with like older sets and a large amount of my collection being older sets, they didn't have mythics back then, and there's still plenty of value in quality in those rare slots. So that doesn't seem to really make the difference. Oh, okay. We got another Stellar Sites. We got a Terrain Generator. I don't think that one carries a whole lot of value, but I do like this card. You know, just for its landfall capabilities, I do think it's kind of pricey for that. But I mean, hey, at the end of the day, it's just a doesn't come into play tapped colorless land. So even if you know, you don't plan on actually using its ability, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, it's still pretty good. So I might actually make room for that in my landfall deck. Zoo, if it's Osteoharmonist. Okay, interesting. Cool. Keep it going. Still waiting for some feedback as to what people would like me to open next. So definitely let me know. I've got most everything that's recent. So I am interested to see what people would like to watch nowadays. Breeding Pool. So we got a second Shockland. Breeding Pool is top of the list on Shocks, so that's a $12 card. Nice. Along with a Pinnacle Star Cage and a Moonlit Meditation. So that's pretty cool. Triple rare pack. Not bad. We also got a full art Fartist. It seems like those full arts like to follow those value cards, which is pretty awesome. I do still really like those full art lands, so that's quality. If I hit that Icetill Explorer though, that's where I'm gonna celebrate. So I'm still looking for that. Okay. Cloud Sculpt. Okay, that one I believe has a little bit of extra value. It's not bad. Ooh, now we're talking. Okay, okay. Eldrazi Temple non-foil. That one's gotta have some value. That would be wild if this doesn't. Eldrazi Temple, that used to be so good. Wow, that's wild. Only $6. I'm surprised. Still, I'm happy to pull it, but I swore that would go for more. Cosmogoyf, Nanoform Sentinel, Plains, Lander. I'm surprised. I swore that would go for more, but I guess not. Okay, well, that's fine, I guess. Interesting. You know, it's funny because I was thinking about picking up both the Terrain Generator and the Eldrazi Temple for my LGS not that long ago, and now I don't have to, which is interesting. I'm kind of glad I didn't pick those up, because those would have been for Commander, and I would have been very upset if I had pulled them right afterwards. There we go! Yes! Finally! Icetill Explorer. For those of you who don't know what this card is, forecasting cost, Insect Scout, 2/4. You can play an additional land on each of your turns, but you can also play lands from your graveyard. So for a self-milling Muldrotha deck that works with landfall, this card is nasty. So good. I am super excited. We are talking, where's my listing here? We are talking 21 bucks on that card. I am a very happy cracker right now. That was the last pack in the second stack. Second stack, I would say that rivals the first, with having the added bonus of, you know, giving me something that I was actually looking for. Man, I don't know what else we can ask for from this set. I would love to see the Evendo and the Uthros. So, hey, let's go ahead and go there next. That sounds good. Is there anything else? We haven't hit the Ouroboroid. That's the top hit. But other than that, this has been very successful. I do wonder how long Ouroboroid will maintain its value, though. it'll be kind of interesting to see how that trends. Diadrene's synthesis. Oh my gosh. Diadrene synthesis amalgam. I swear to God, they made this specifically for me to screw up. Like, that is ridiculous name. Exosuit Savior with a full art swamp and a lander. Jeez. Can you make it any harder to pronounce? Yes, you can. Just look at all the blue ones and the black ones. Those ones are ridiculous. I do think the names at least hit the flavor on kind of like almost like alien level pronunciation though. So hey, I'll take that. I just wish I didn't have to try and pronounce it. Terrasymbiosis, that's a hit. Terrasymbiosis, that is a $8 hit. Nice. Solid. I have no doubt that we have already paid for this box with these pulls. I'm sure of it. There's no way that we've missed. The one thing I would have loved is some better hits on the stellar sites, but that is still, you know, this is a much, much better box. And like I said, I knew that that last box was probably going to be more of an anomaly. Now, I will say, for what it's worth, I'm pretty sure this box is also an anomaly, just on the other direction. Like, there's no way that all of them are going to be this good. The Dominion Bracelet, we never hit that the first time around. I don't think that it ever was able to really hold a lot of value on that, the Dominion Bracelet. Pretty sure that that one probably is not worth anything. I don't see anything on here, so I'm just going to let that one go. But, cool. Ooh, so pretty. Foil Chrome Companion. You can go right there, friend. I like you. If I'm gonna find a way to work you into a deck, it will be that version, that's for sure. Very cool. So pretty. Has there been pull tabs here this whole time? Oh my god, I'm just like struggling over here. I should know better. That's crazy. Oh well. Okay, let's see what we got here. Starwinder. Don't think that one had any significant value. That's okay. Don't think it was very playable either, if I remember correctly. Got a few subscribers on my Spider-Man video, so that was solid. I was happy to see that. We just hit the, I want to say 25 subscriber mark. I know, that sounds pitiful. It's so sad right now. But every subscriber counts. Every person that views counts. And the more people that I can get out to, the more people that eventually will tell their friends and their coworkers and whoever else they know of that does this. Lumen class frigates. Probably not much of anything on that one. Yeah, we're just trying to get the word out. You know, like I said, the sooner I can get that Patreon going, the sooner we can make these videos really pop. Because then I can really open the juicy stuff. But I'm going to keep to it. I'm not going to be opening collector products until people are ready for that. I wish I had more retro stuff, I will say. In terms of actual sealed retro, I don't have a whole lot. I do have, I think, a Battle of Zendikar. I have an Hour of Devastation. I've got a few from that kind of like weak age and Magic Beyond the Quiet. But nothing from the classic age. Foil, full art, Borderless Mountain. Pretty. Love that. Lander. So, I think that that will be kind of a future target, but definitely need to unload some of these collectors before I'm going and investing in any retro packs. I would love to open retro for you guys. If, like, you guys want to buy in on retro, I would do it in a heartbeat. Retro is pretty much where my love of this game is from a collecting standpoint. Now, I recently was introduced into trying to play Vintage, and that was wild. I just played it with some proxy decks, and that was a very different game. Anti-Causal Vestige. I don't know if that one still holds any value. I think it did at one point, but my guess is now it probably does not. There it is. $1.70. Meets the mark, but it's not going to carry a lot. That's okay. Nice. We went through this box pretty quick. We're down to 3 packs. see if there's any more juice in these. I'm gonna guess we got one more hit. That's my guess. One more hit to be had. We're gonna see how this goes. Oh, Starfield Vocalist. Umbral Zealot. I know that that one is close on the value for uncommons, but I don't know if it will break it in the foil. Okay, down to 2. One good thing about 30 pack boxes is that I can break them relatively quickly. So once we get to that point where we have enough people that, you know, we want to actually break multiple boxes, Godless Shrine, there you go. There's one more hit. We also got a Memorial Vault. And see, this is crazy. All these full art lands are following the hits. And that's wild. I wonder why that's going on. It could just be a coincidence, but like, there's been quite a few hits, and they're almost always with a full art. So that's pretty crazy. Let's see if we can get really lucky and get either one more Stellar Site, maybe an Ancient Tomb. Like, if there's anything that's going to take this box over the top, it's either an Ouroboroid right now or an Ancient Tomb. If I hit one of those two, this box is probably the best box you're ever going to pick up. We're going to see how this goes. I'll slow roll from the uncommons. Okay. Got Mouth of the Storm, Ruinous Rampage, Emergency Eject, and got a Stellar Site, a Scavenger Grounds, Exile a Desert, exile all graveyards, or sacrifice a desert and exile all graveyards. I'm certain that's not got value, but it is another Stellar Site, which is pretty cool. So I like that. Let's see what we got here. A Sunset Saboteur. And there's a few more cards here. No. Foil, land, token. Hey, I'll take it. That's, I think, 3 Stellar Sites in this box. Numerous hits. I am going to look forward at pricing out all of these and see where we're at. But we will go ahead and check back in when we're ready. Hey guys, we're back. I would say this is a pretty successful box overall. I'm much happier with this box than the last one, so we're going to go ahead and dive right into some of the highlights here. First, starting off, in regards to uncommons, commons, they did help us out a little bit here. We got around $14 or so in value. Top hits for the uncommon slot are the Umbral Zealot and foil. That was about like $2.30, which is pretty solid. Each of the Weft Stalker Ardents were around $1.60. There was 2 of those, so that was helpful. The Full Art Foil Mountain was about $1.50, and then pretty much all the other Full Art lands, along with all the other commons and uncommons of note, were about $1. We had about like 11 of them total in terms of uncommons and commons that contributed to value over $1. So, you know, not bad. I'll take it. Of the Stellar Site cards, we ended up getting 4, which I'd say is pretty good. I will say we did not get any bonus sheet cards. So, you know, that was a little bit disappointing. But of the Stellar Site cards, not the best showing, especially given the strip mine that was there in the last box. You know, that one was the one that saved the box. With that in mind, though, we did get the Eldrazi Temple. That one sits at about $2.34, along with the Terrain Generator at about $1.39. Nothing crazy there. But, you know, I do like the Eldrazi Temple. That is a pretty cool treatment for it, and probably one that I would say is pretty playable. The Terrain Generator is also something that I haven't had, and I think would be useful in Landfall. So, you know, I'm okay with it, even though, you know, there wasn't a strong showing in this slot. With that in mind, the rest of the rares and mythics were kind of bangers. Pretty good setup there. We're going to start with the rares. We did end up with only one of the station lands, which is a little bit disappointing. I don't think it's necessarily one of the higher ones, but But the Adagia Windswept Bastion, that's like a $5 card, so that's not so bad. Terrasymbiosis sits at around $8.30, so, again, not too bad there. We did land 3 different Shocklands. Our breeding pool sits around $12.30, the Godless Shrine at about $9, and Stomping Grounds at about $9. So, again, not bad. I will take that. My rare highlight, and one that I am most excited about because this is what I've been looking for, is the Icetill Explorer. That is a $21 card. I do no longer need to buy that as a single, so I am happy. That was really the biggest reason that I've been wanting to crack these boxes, just to get that for my deck, so I'm very happy with that. Going over into the Mythics, we did get 3 solid Mythic pulls of note. The Tezzeret Cruel Captain, that is a $17 card. I don't know if it's going to hold its value necessarily, but it's a decent card. It's certainly not a very costly card in regards to mana cost, so that will help it to retain its value at least for a little bit. We'll see how long it can stick around at that kind of pricing, but Planeswalkers, they don't like to stick around for pricing, so we'll go ahead and see how that goes. The Quantum Riddler standard treatment, good card. $39, very solid card. What I didn't realize, and probably should have been more excited about, is that the borderless treatment for this has a big premium. We're talking like a $50 card, opposed to $39 for just same exact card, but in standard print. So, amazing from a playbox. Super happy about that. I will say we did, still have a few cards that between the first 2 boxes that we've opened, we're still missing. We still haven't found our Ouroboroid. Exalted Sunborn has managed to, avoid us. The remaining 4 of the Station Land cycle are still missing, including Evendo and Uthros, which are the top hits in that slot. So that would be nice to pull at some point. Maybe I'll go ahead and open up another play box at some stage for myself, but for right now, we're going to move on to other sets. I at least got my Icetill Explorer, which is the big hit that I needed. Looking into summaries, total value for cards about $1 or more, we're looking at $198. That's opposed to the $124 that we hit last time for the first box, and the purchase price of around $120. So definitely very good. I'm very happy with that from a 30 booster play box. Again, 36 boosters. I'd love to see more of those. I'd love to see them double back on that because I do think that holds a whole lot more value. But at the same time, at least this box hit, so I'll take it. In regards to cards that are like more classified as bulk, less than $1, we're still looking at around $59. Opposed to the 56 last time. I will say, of the cards that were over $1, we did have less of them, despite the fact that we had greater value, and that's pretty representative in that summary. We only had about 27 cards over $1, opposed to the last box, which was closer to 33. But, from the last box, we had many more that were, more like $5, $6, $4, $3, $2, opposed to the $30, $40, $50 cards. So, definitely a better showing in regards to raw single value. Total box value sits close to around the $257 mark. Again, that's opposed to $120 purchase price. Don't necessarily read into the bulk, like I've always said. I would usually put its value based on the cards greater than $1, not anything less than $1, unless something spikes later on, so you never know. Market price for this box has dropped a bit with the reprint. It is down to about $140. Don't expect that to drop any further. I've not seen boxes lower than $130, except for the ones that I was able to snag. But since the reprint, I've not seen it any cheaper. So if you can manage to find it at $130 or cheaper, based on the sample size that I've been able to do from these 2, I say pick it up. I say it's a solid pull. $140, you're starting to edge a little bit to me on the chances. Anything greater than $140, I probably wouldn't buy at. But $130 or below, including shipping and tax, that's a solid buy. So that's my interpretation there. So I do have one last announcement. We are going to be opening up our very first giveaways. These will be weekly giveaways that I'm going to be starting. Basically, the way that this works is that you will essentially be competing to try and earn and win one random rare or mythic card from the box that I just opened, Edge of Eternities, or whatever box comes next, essentially. You'll be entering on the video that you're trying to get the card from, and then in the subsequent video, the week later, that's when I will announce the winner of both who actually wins it and then the card that you've won. The entries will include all rares and mythics, which basically you can see all of them here. It will also include any card, tokens, commons, uncommons, that has a value of $1 or more. So basically any card that is valued $1 or more, plus all rares or mythics, irregardless of value, will be a possibility to win. That includes the borderless Quantum Lit Riddler. That includes the Icetill Explorer that I just cracked a whole nother box just to get. I'm going to be fair about this. It's going to be anything that, came up in this video that fits that criteria will be as a possible entry. Okay, so I want you to pay attention because this will be the same means of entry for every video that I make that is a box opening. This will not be for the single pack openings that are my short videos. This will only be for box openings, so I just want you guys to pay attention. Basically, the way that this will work is in order for you to enter, you must like, subscribe, and comment on the video that we are going to be posting. Obviously, subscription is just to the channel. If you're already subscribed, you still are a valid entry. You don't need to be a new subscriber. It can be anyone that's already subscribed to the channel. The like has to be specific to the video, and the comment has to be there as well. The comment can be anything. It could simply be, I want free cards. It could be constructive criticism. Please keep it civil, but at the same time, it can be literally anything. So please comment, ideally something constructive, something you liked about the video. That would be super helpful for me. With that in mind, basically, if you have successfully done that, you will be entered into this giveaway. So, just all you have to do is comment. That's literally it. Now, with that in mind, in order to claim your prize, that's a little bit different. Basically, in order to claim it, what will happen is the week after the giveaway, I will be making the spin wheel for the previous week's box. So next video will be EOE's box. It will have all of the cards that I described, along with all of the possible individuals that could win it. Early on, my guess is there's probably not going to be that many, so get in there early. You have a chance to, win a free card. With that in mind, though, we will basically make a spin wheel, and it will be a random drawing in regards to who won the card. I will post the spin wheel as part of the video, so that way you can see it for evidence. Now, in order to claim the prize, you have to follow very specific instructions. This is the only way that I can really verify that you are truly the winner. Basically, what I will be doing is I will be making a post on the community page. You can see it right here. I will also include a link within each video to help direct you. Now, with that in mind, basically there'll be a link that references the previous week's video as the actual giveaway prize. So basically, let's say next week, that's going to be box number 4. I don't know what box I'm opening yet, but in that video will be the spin wheel with the actual card that's won, along with the actual winner. And it will reference the box that was made just now, box number 3. So with that in mind, the comment will also reference box number 3. So basically, you will see it right over here. I have a template. I won't be posting this comment until next week, but basically it will be specific to box number 3's contents. And basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to post that comment, and I want the winner to go ahead and respond to this comment with their Discord information. Basically, I will use that as a means of confirming that you are truly the person that won the card. Now, after that, you're going to go over to the Discord channel. Basically, on the Discord channel, you're going to go ahead and find the giveaway winners tab. It's off to the side here, and basically it's going to have the instructions as to what to do right here, just in case for any reason you come here first. But like I said, you've already gone to the community page, you've made the comment specific to the box that you're actually entered for and that you won. And then basically you come back here and basically write a comment on here using the same Discord username that you left in the comments on the YouTube community page. It's the only way that I'm going to be able to verify that it is truly you. I am open to other suggestions. If other people have suggestions, please by all means reach out to me. With that in mind, after I've made the comment, so for instance, this will be an example, I just made a comment saying, hey, I won. I'll be able to reference back to that actual Discord username, go back to the channel, confirm that you are truly both the username of your YouTube account combined with the username of your Discord account, and I will private message you. At that point, we'll go ahead and talk, and I will get your information in order to be able to ship you your cards. Again, the easiest way for me to be able to verify who you are, as well as get you, your cards. If there's any questions on anything, by all means, let me know. I'm more than happy to adjust for future videos, but this will be how I do it for this upcoming video. But definitely let me know if you have other ideas to try and do this securely. With that in mind, I want to thank you guys for joining us today for MTG Bark Breaks. We, I think, had a pretty fun box. I hope that someone finds and wins something pretty good from this box. So definitely enter and let me know if you have any questions on anything. I hope you enjoy and come back next week. Take care of yourself and take care of your pets, and we will see you next time.